our dough, chaps. We've done our dough.
Hello, Form King. We are back. This is episode 70. We're on the eve of Caulfield Guineas Day, which will be tomorrow or today if you're watching this on Saturday morning. And it's going to be a great day of racing. There's a few good opportunity races, a couple early in the program, one later on. The Guineas itself is tough, which is pretty much to be expected. Let's start off by looking at last week's bet sheet. So that's up on screen at the moment. So I have to apologise for the fact that the episode went up after race one had already jumped, and just unfortunately that was the only race where I was pretty around the mark, where with de Bergerac winning. It was a really good run, powering home, and I'm just sorry that it didn't go up earlier. We'll rectify that in the coming weeks. Kappa 39 ran really well as well in fourth at similar odds. Didn't get the Quinella. Stolly Bolly was the one that ran second. Race 2, we were not close, but that was one that was pegged as a bit of a low value race. Race 3, I was really anti-Miwa, and that very narrowly lost, but it was still a very good run, so I was wrong about that. Options was strong in winning. That was the winner, and Officiate was pretty good running on in third. Race 4, just kick, nowhere near it. It was tailed off, made good round late, but that's, I mean, a million horses do that, don't they? So wrong there. And then race 5, Miraval Rose, that was really good. That probably made a lot of logical sense. It was a race where I thought there was a bit of a risk factor about it. Some runners that may have run well, that didn't really eventuate. Miraval Rose dictated from the front, and the statistical points sort of made sense for it. So that probably could have had more on it. On display was pretty crazy, really, at 240. That's sort of saying that it's going to win 40 out of 100 times if you ran that race over and over again. And really, it was only going to win about 20. So it should have been about $5. So it was half the odds that it should have been. Race 6, Tentiris and Inkaruna were both good. They ran second and third. McGaw was great value in winning, probably in the best part of the track, coming down the outside. It paid superbly well at $17. I was fortunate to get the trifecta with Inkaruna and Tentiris running second and third as Roby bankers. That was a smart play there, so got a bit of cash back. And then race 7, didn't see any of those results coming. Did think the Gilded Water was too short. It ended up setting a big leading margin and came back to the field and paddling towards the end. And race 8, Delius, yes, the real deal. Aliana will do better in the future. And yeah, that was sort of about it. Sydney Within the Law was good, running second to Apocalyptic. And Briasa was very good, betting Jimmy Star. So this week, Caulfield Guineas Day, as mentioned. Let's just jump to see how we went. So got back $61.30, so around about 20% profit on the day. Could have almost been a little bit more. No sport to speak of either. And the overall percentage is still around about that 2.5%, with sport and racing combined. Racing itself still sitting in that 6% sort of range, and sport obviously the same as the previous week. So yeah, 2.4%. It's proving very hard to beat the market, and we are always fighting against the TAB whichever betting service you use, around that 15% price market take, and it's tricky, but the fight goes on, and it's an enjoyable battle. So yep, that's last week. Getting into today, we'll do mostly Caulfield. We'll do a little bit of Rosehill, but the main action is in Caulfield. So let's get right into it. Race 1. This is a 1,700 metre race, 3-year-olds and up, 80 grade. It's a pretty forgettable race to start the day. Al Duca, rock hard fit and likes to lead. Mr. Verse will be running on, comes from way back, does handle all ground. Howland Rain, quality stayer. Shazad, first up. Nation's Call, Nearing Liberty. It's been 2 to 3 lengths off the sort of class lately. overactive, well, a bit around the mark. Ambletto's a bit of a Euro stayer. Very tricky to pick anything here. I think there are better opportunities coming up. Mr. Burst is a $4.20 favourite. I can see that getting into a lot of trouble. It's also got a lot of weight. Nearing Liberty, that ran second last time to Gala Queen. Before that, behind Mr. Burst. Yeah, form lines all over the place. Let's leave it. Race 1's a no-go, nothing. Race 2, this is a much higher percentage play. There's a few good opportunities. Your Point Barrow was really impressive last time at Mooney Valley when it ran third behind Stone Mercy. It was at the back of the field, then it motored late. Could get into all kinds of trouble here at Caulfield. It's got barrier 10. It's going to go back, obviously. Vain Girl was very good in being proactive last time. That was in the same race. It went forward. It tried to boot clear on the turn, going around them. It came back to them late, but it still held on quite well considering the work it had done. It has drawn wide here, but I can see it going forward again. If it can get a semi-decent run, I feel like it's one of the better horses in the race compared to the other ones that are coming sort of out of maiden grade and haven't had that city exposure that a horse like Vain Girl has at Group 3 level. So very keen on that at $9.50. Prestige Schnitzel had a 10th first up, so the markets responded and put it at 50s. She's at Alibi. I thought this battled on a little bit at Pakenham. Sorry, no, Pakenham was the trial at Eagle Farm where it ran second behind Autumn Boy. That was a listed race and Autumn Boy is in great form, so nothing to really, nothing to be ashamed of there at all. Before that at Townsville, yeah, I just feel like I'd like to see it at Caulfield before backing it. That's $7.50. Surfs Up put them away at Warwick Farm in its maiden. Obviously a huge class jump, but it looked pretty impressive. James have got all on board. Vivid Sun was a big favourite at not at Sandown. That was at Caulfield. It was a big favourite behind Yum. Didn't get it done. And Obuchi is 80-1. This is a bit crazy. This at Sandown was up on the speed, and then in the straight it was sitting out wide. It powered away. Always looked like the winner, paid about $10. It's paying 80s here, 16 for the place. That's pretty juicy. Torsheen, 125-1. It's had 4 starts from 1 win and 1 placing. Second at Sandown behind Vivid Sun, only a couple of lengths off, and then last time it was 5 lengths behind Yum in that race, but Vivid Sun was also in. Unobscured, this is also 80-1, also 16 for the place. It's had two career runs, a first and a second at Tatura, and then the first at Benella was very hard to get past. Sort of didn't have as good a run as the second place getter, and the caller thought that second place getter would go past it, but Unobscured was very hard to go past. That's got barrier 1 here, going forward at Caulfield's always a tick, so that's good. Quick As just had 1 start for 1 win at Geelong. That sat behind the leaders. It came out in the right time in the straight and won. It had a great run, but still looked pretty impressive. That's paying 23. And then Train Magnifique made a lot of ground from the back at Ballarat in its one race win, only start. Came from 11th. Not a lot made ground. They did a little bit at the end, but before that, Train Magnifique was really sort of powering through. Hard to know how the form's going to line up. So with the bonus bets from last week, we had $6 worth. A small place bet on Obuchi and on Unobscured. I'm a big rap for Vivid Sun in this race for 2 reasons. One is that the pace might have been strong throughout last time, and then it couldn't really accelerate in the straight. And then secondly, it might just not like 1,400 metres as much. It might be better suited back at the 1,200. So considering that it was a $2.40 favourite 2 starts back, and at its last start, and considering that it won quite well 2 starts back, I feel like it represents good value at $7.50. It's drawn really well in barrier 5. The Peter Moody trained horses generally like Caulfield, so I think that is much better value than Point Barrow at $2.80, which will probably still run a place, but just think it's under the odds for what it's going to want to try and do. And then also Vain Girl, I think is great at $9.50. So yeah, each way Vain Girl, each way Vivid Sun, Quinella for 2 Vain Girl, 5 Point Barrow, 6 Surfs Up, 7 Vivid Sun, 9 Obuchi, 13 at Unobscured, 15 Train Magnifique, 7 Horse Quinella, just to get things going. That's race 2. So that's going to be a high betting race. I might actually load up a little bit more on Vivid Sun and Vain Girl. Race 3, Herbert Power Stakes Group 2, 2,400 metres. This is an absolute dirty dozen of a field. There's only 11. They just need one more. Many of these are out of form. That'd be the map. That'd be Lastochka, Earl of Tyrone. Young Werter made decent ground when it ran third at Flemington behind Golden Path, but there was a fairly strong pace set in that race, and then they were all chasing and benefiting from it. Whether it runs well, it's run well at Caulfield before, and this is not an overly strong race. So it's run in far better races than this, but is this the race you want to really load up money on? Probably not. Post-Impressionist did have some good Euro form. It's sort of struggling for it now. Spoken Romans does sort of like Caulfield, but even so, look, you know it'll lead. You know it'll go forward from barrier 10. The rest is uncertain. Whiskey on the Hill, should it be $4.20? I mean, the form's been okay. It won at Mornington last time. It beat Scary, but the more you look at this race, the more you can sort of poke holes in everything, and it's probably just going to come down to who gets the best run. And Plymouth did win last time at Benalla, but yeah, I think that says everything. It beat Chasing Aphrodite at Benalla as a $2 favourite, and it's $3.20 here in this. Yeah, just avoid at all costs for me for that one. Race 4, Catanax Jewelers Bars, 1600 metres, 4-year-olds and up groups 3. This one's pretty decent. Rumbled again's been in okay form. It battled behind Desert Lightning, 3 lengths off. It battled behind Splashback, 5 lengths off. They were good races. Open and then Group 2 grade. It's got a lot of weight here, but it's one of the better horses in the race. So that's paying 26 for the win and 6 for the place. O2 good. Did a lot of work last time at Moonee Valley. It knocked up a bit, but it was entitled to. It crossed early and it was accelerating around the bend, and it will be a lot better here. It's drawn a lot better too. Barrier 5. That's the $2.80 favourite. Number 6, See What I See. Very honest customer. 7 wins out of 11 runs. Last night, Ballarat, back to its best. Won well, tough. Very tough horse. That's going to go forward from 11. Just depends how much work it has to do, but if it gets a semi-decent run, that's every chance of winning. Matron Bullwinkle, have to call this out. This is first up. It's priced at 250 to 1, paying 35 for the place on fixed odds, and on the tote, it's paying 35 for the win. So currently, the place bet on the fixed is better than the tote win. Pretty crazy. First up, it's had 5 starts for 2 wins, so totally not hopeless. And distance 6 starts for 4 placings, so that's probably worth a couple of bucks just for the place, just for the pure enjoyment factor of watching that go around. Moving out, it's a bit out of form. Terrastar's been okay. Don't let the numbers fool you. XBT, this is 125 to 1 as well, and I mean 18 starts, 4 wins, 7 placings. It definitely wants further, but would not surprise if it ran, even top 4. Could inject some value into first 4s there. Pondalawi's been good. I feel like they're still trying to find the right distance for that, but it was good over the 1400 last time behind Mirabelle Rose, made up a lot of ground. And Moonlight Circus has been capable in weaker races. Before that, Moonee Valley behind Jazz Affair was quite good. It got going late. The first Sandown was good over Stupendous. I mean, that's 50 to 1, so I'll be having each way on Moonlight Circus at the 50s. Each way on the favourite, O2 good, makes a lot of sense. Place bet Rumbled again, that's paying 6. And place bet Matron Bullwinkle. I haven't done it in the betting sheet, but I advise it as a good fun thing to do. Decentish race there. Race 5 is the big screen weekend Hussler 400 metre listed race. The big favourite's King Zephyr. It got back to its winning ways last time, powered away. It's got a big stride length out of the Hallowed Crown, which was a good horse. That was 84 grade. I mean, it's jumping up to listed here. So it's running against some stayers like Benagil and even Amenable, who've been running in Group 1 races and know what that's like. And obviously, this is too short for them, 1400 metres, but King Zephyr's very short, $1.60, and it was beaten 2 starts ago. It ran third at Moonee Valley behind La Fracas. It really had a poor run that day. It was wide. It was sort of had to stop and start. It was still coming on at the end, so it's definitely a very good horse. But this is a jump up, and I would rather be on another profit. It's paying 20 times or more what King Zephyr's paying, and it's been running in good races, and the margins haven't been huge. 4 lengths behind Magic Time. Last time it was 8 lengths off them, but before that it had been running even in Group 1 races. It has one here as well, which is a big tick. Third of the day behind Grinzinger Bell last prep, fourth behind Treasure of the Moment, 4 lengths off. Came from looks like last and then ran fourth there. That's big class drop. So I really want to have something on that each way. Zoo Sensation was great in that Group 1 last time behind Seapals, only 2.5 lengths off. Really likes Caulfield and had a trial. It's won that. It's going to go forward at a race where there isn't a lot of speed. So Zoo Sensation's pretty set up if it's retained its fitness to run well. Amenable's got a lot of weight, but it's pretty decent first up and can run okay over this distance. So that's interesting at $8. The rest pretty forgettable, I would say. But each way another profit at $23. Each way Zoo Sensation at $4.80. One on Sportsbet, one on the tab. And Quinella for 1, 3, and 4, throwing in Amenable there. And we'll just take on King Zephyr. That's half the card done. Race 6. This is the Might and Power 2,000 metres Group 1. 4 runners. Buckaroo, He's a Shocker, Globe, Treasure of the Moment. He's a Shocker should probably be 1,000 to 1. It's currently paying 40s. If that's 1,000, Globe should be 2,000. I'm not sure how Globe's 650. Second in open grade last time at Sandown to Charterhouse. Just cannot see how that could be 650. It should be Buckaroo at about $2, Treasure of the Moment at about $1.40, and then just, put those at 500 to 1. So a lot of the other betting agencies have put Treasure of the Moment as a bit of a horse with specials around it. So some are doing, win by 2 lengths, odds of $5, win by 3 lengths plus odds of $10. Even the tab was offering a $4 max $10 bet promo just earlier today. This is the Friday. So whenever this happens, the first thing I think of is that they know it's going to lose. And I'm seeing a few of those signs here. So the obvious thing is Buckaroo. It's paying $2.50 and you get a bonus bet back on any race with 4 or more runners. And this has got 4 runners. So that's great. Either Buckaroo wins or it runs somewhere and its bonus bet's back. So I would be having a little bit more than the $2 I'm having on it out of this $50 allocation in real life. But Buckaroo definitely likes the 2,000, likes Caulfield. It'll be a very intriguing match race to watch. It's a real novelty having a 4-horse field. And in a 2-horse race, just going to side with Buckaroo and see what happens. So that's race 6. Race 7 is the Toorak Handicap. This is the other, I would say, in addition to race 2, which I would class as a high-value betting race. And then maybe race 5, you could throw in the mix there. But race 7 is the other sort of main one. So Desert Lightning was good in that very winnable race 2, starts back beating Moira at Moonee Valley. Last time it was 5th behind Sir Delius. Considering how Sir Delius has improved, that's nothing to be ashamed of whatsoever. It ran in this race last year. It's trying to win a Toorak. It was a few legs behind Antino, or like quite a few, because Antino blew them away. That's paying 21. Pinstripe was better last time, running 5th. I think that was same race, behind Sea Pals. And Evaporate, back in the winners list, last time Group 3, 1,500. That's a good horse. Feroce at 12s, likes Caulfield. Sea Pals obviously is back here, up in weight 5 kilos on last time, 52 to 57. Lazura, coming off that winning Group 2, beat O2 Good. That was the run before O2 Good ran at Moonee Valley. And that's got James McDonald on board, up and comer. Like a Lucy, made a stack of ground last time over the 1,400. That's just going to gobble up 2,000. Today it's only got 1,600, but it'll still run well. But I think it's first go at Caulfield, so that's a bit of a minus. Damask Rose battled on pretty well last time at Caulfield. It's coming off fetlock surgery, so the 2 runs have been pretty okay at Caulfield, making up a lot of ground. First was behind Magic Time, coming from 13th, and then same deal coming from 30th last time, losing to CFLs by about 2.5 lengths. And Athanatos makes up the field. So Feroce deserves a win. It's been running in Group 1s a few times in its career. Likes Caulfield, gets to the 1,600. Probably its ideal distance range, really. Wasn't far off last time behind Sea Pals. And it had 56 that day. It's got 58 today. But Sea Pals is going up 5 kilos, so better at the weights. Really think Feroce is good value at 12, so definitely want to be each way on that. And then Damask Rose, what grabs me here is that it's had 2 runs, both at Caulfield, 1200, then 14. Seems a bit like a logical sequence that it's working up to this 1600 metres and it really wants to have a crack at this race. I like the way that it ran last time. It was sort of stuck back in the field and then it knuckled down, and probably the way the race was run didn't suit it. It had to do too much work and wasn't in an ideal position. Ridden by Jane Mellum. Tomorrow, barrier 3 is drawn pretty well. I think that's value at 13, so definitely each way Damask Rose and Feroce for me. And then a Quinella for 1, Desert Lightning 4 Feroce, 7 Lazura, and 10 Damask Rose. And all eyes are also on Like a Lucy, just the way that's been running on. But that's a really good betting race and also a good viewing race. Race 8, the main race of the day, the Caulfield Guineas, 600 metres Group 1. 3-year-olds. Private Life, I'm pretty sure, won this last year. Leading, Feroce ran placing. The Guineas is always tricky. You get a snapshot of horses that have been running well over 1400, also 12. And then they get up to this distance and things just change a bit. I think it's thrown some roughies in the past. It's not a great betting race for favourites. Pretty sure Rostova went down as a big favourite about 10 years ago. That's one that springs to mind. So I wouldn't be betting a lot is sort of the cut of my jib for this. It goes to 18 runners. There's a lot coming out of maiden grade and lower caliber races. Autumn Boys down from Sydney, but again, what do we say? Sydney horses and Caulfield do not go together, so 390 seems a bit short. Navy Pilot was the beneficiary of the run on behind down the straight behind Legacy Bound. It was good again at Sandown behind Bakash. Not sure how strong that race is. Bit of a question mark. Vega for Luck was second behind the Streamo. That wasn't a great race, but Vega was pretty tough. From barrier 7, if that went forward and was hard to run down, could make things interesting. West of Swindon was very well suited at Moonee Valley over the 1600 in the Stut Stakes, which it won, beating, among others, Vinrock. But I feel like that was just a situation that was very good for it. And then here it's going to be totally different. It's going to go back from barrier 16. Who knows where it will be? And it's value at $18. But yeah, who else have we got? Nepotism's out of form. Rivellino's the same. They were great in their previous prep running on. Rivellino from barrier 3 might get stuck in all kinds of drama in this. Wodaton's been great each run. Last time it was behind, ran second behind Bayvact, who just blew everything away, which I was on, which was a good one for the Form King brand. But yeah, Wodaton $4 deserves to be. Who else have we got down the order? Hillier wasn't bad at Moonee Valley. That's 80s. State Cosmics 50s. Planet Reds coming off being a big favourite at Caulfield. That was $2.50 behind a Streamo. So if you like that, that's now to 20s. I'm just going to make a point of saying that Vinrock wasn't suited last time at Moonee Valley. It got too far back from drawing wide. I think they're going to, from barrier 14, go forward and say, to hell with it, like Private Life led last year, we're going to go forward and set a merry dance. And if it can get a semi-decent run and not burn too much petrol, I think it'll go a long way towards winning. So really like Vinrock at the $9. I think as a beaten favourite last time, people have forgotten about it a bit. I don't think it's that great at Caulfield Guineas. I don't think the depth runs too deep. Certainly Wodaton is the testing material. Autumn Boy too, with a few question marks. But yeah, each way on Vinrock. And then a Quinella, I'll throw in Rivellino just because of the value. So 1 Rivellino, 3 Vinrock, 6 Vega for luck. Yeah. I won't throw too many in. Maybe 5 West of Swindon, but that'll be in the bet sheet at the end. Hillier as well, just because the run at Moonee Valley wasn't too bad. That's race 8. Race 9, the Schillaci Stakes. This is exciting because it's really not a good that strong a field. Good Golden Boom, Q-Man, Nadal, Sursway, even Tropicus, which is the equal favourite. Or actually, no, the outright favourite at $4. This isn't like a vintage thing. Like Giga Kick would gobble these up in days gone by, and same deal for Benedetta and maybe even Arabian Summer. So for me, Benedetta and Giga can go like far more quality than the rest. Neon loves Caulfield, but it's a huge step up in grade. Ran 7th in that Group 1, only 2 lengths behind Barraquil, but still, it's not winning. And Devil Knight was really great winning that Group 1 last prep, but looked a bit flat at Flemington in that listed race behind Legacy Bound. So don't know. That could just go forward with the lightweight and change things up. Would not surprise whatsoever, but realistically, at $6.50 and $7 each way, Benedetta all day of the week. I'll take on Fabregas, I'll take on Nadal, take on Golden Boom. Just think there'll be just a massive class and experience edge there. And then race 10, Amina's had two good fifths, deserving favourites, so we'll have an each way bet on Amina. And then Carabas is over the odds at 34. That's quite capable. We'll go forward with Craig Williams. And Vestas, the recent form looks horrible on paper. 7 spell over 10th, 5th spell, but better horse than that. 5 starts for 1 win and 1 placing. So Quinella for 1, 11 and 12, and then each way on Amina. That's the 10 races done at Caulfield. Just a quick one at Rosehill. Race 1 is a highway handicap for the 1500. Fan Harder, I backed last time. That's paying 7. Think that's good value. Race 2 is a midway. Too crazy a field. Race 3, 2,000 meters. Yep. Again, let's just skip it. Race 4. Group 2 is the Roman Consul Stakes. Mahuna had a really good run last time. Beedman did a lot of work in crossing early. Still held on quite well. It was Beedman pretty far out, but yeah, the margin itself is only probably a length and a half. That's going to go forward. Will Mahuna get a much better run than at this time? Who's to say? Mahuna's pretty short at $1.85. Beedman might still be best suited on wet ground, which it doesn't get. This is going to be a good 4. But I think the 390 is decent value. So each way Beedman. And yeah, we'll see how it goes against Mahuna. Race 5 is a listed race, the Tap Craig 1400. We'll skip that. Race 6 is the Group 3 Gloaming over 1800. We'll skip that too. That's a big field. Race 7, the Nivison Group 3. Just a bet on Gangster Granny. I thought it was good behind Manal. And it's pretty strong. It was good behind Autumn Glow too. In a field like this, the 260 I think is good. So just a simple bet there. Race 8's the Hill Stakes, 900 meters Group 2. Lindeman's up in distance from the 1600 to the 1900. And I mean, the win over Serdelius looks even better now considering how well that horse did last week. Lindeman's 260 here, pretty short. Will Crossenberry 14. Faulkner Park likes Rosehill and likes the 2000, so that's getting up to its perfecto distance range. And then Militarized, this has been good in better races. It's in a group, it's running Group 1s, 21 starts, 4 wins, 5 placings. Drops in grade here, and $15 I think is great value. So Quinella for 2, 3 and 7, and each way on Militarize. And then in that Quinella, 2, 3, 7 and 14 Mason Louis. Really a good up-and-coming stayer. It's been forgotten about. It's paying 21. Don't forget something on Mason Louis, 2, 3, 7, 14. And then race 9 is just a regular, the Brown Stakes, 1400 meters. Gringotts is up the top at 650. Don't forget number 20 Felix Majestic if it gets a run. It's 80 to 1. It always gets forgotten about. It loves dry ground. It gets it. Do not forget Felix Majestic. And then race 10 will skip. That's everything. No sport, but Caulfield Guineas is going to be on a good track. It's going to be pretty, the weather's going to be pretty okay. Looking forward to the day. So that's all for Caulfield. Bets are up on screen. For Caulfield Cup, that'll be huge next week, so a longer episode. The Instagram page will get revamped. Currently, there's all the results are being uploaded there, and there'll be some more content, like individual races coming up for next week's Caulfield Cup, and a bit of a change of format. So yeah, have a great day of racing. Don't forget Giga Kick. Don't forget another profit at 23 to 1. Also, Buckaroo at $2.50. And race 2 is a really good betting proposition. Those are the takeaways. Make your own fist of it, but that's the way to go.
And then came Sweet Liaison as they turned for home. Jefferson, he's been in front every inch of the way. He's out like 2.